Hello all, BowTieSecurityGuy here. I want to talk about a subject I have no business talking about, and that is college education. College education has become an incredibly difficult thing, especially in the United States, to obtain a degree without being in an obscene amount of debt. Um, you know, the minimal, I think, to get a degree now is around 40 to 50,000. There's certain online educations that are definitely getting smarter about it and giving more people opportunities, but you're still talking 20, $30,000 to get your degree in cyber. When majority of us who are the hiring managers who are over the age of 40 didn't even have an option to go to college for cyber. I personally couldn't afford a college degree, so I just ended up doing it the hard way, which is through just determination and grit. And as I think the jobs are starting to change, but we're still focused on kind of creating this almost false perception that if you go to school, you're going to get one of those millions of jobs that are open in cyber every year. We sell these kids on a false promise that we really can't deliver on. Heck, even some of the degrees require you to do an internship to even finish your degree when there's not that many internships to go around. So we're creating this perpetual cycle of people who are going to college, getting degrees in cyber, then getting out into the real world and finding out very quickly that it's not going to be easy to find a job. When your average entry-level role is getting 1,700 applications, and your average internship is seeing probably close to 500 or more, um, how do you stand out? And the way you do that is networking. Your degree might help you get an interview, maybe, but if we're judging people based on their degrees and based on certificates as our only bar of entry, we're really missing out on a lot of amazing talent who simply can't afford it. A SANS certificate is almost $7,000 now. If that's our kind of bar for entry for some of these jobs, it's kind of ridiculous. Because not everybody, especially those who are currently unemployed, not looking for work, can afford that. And should they be forced to go into massive debt just to be able to get a leg up? I don't think so. One of the things we have to change is being more honest about that and telling these kids early on before they invest so much money in a career that's incredibly difficult to get into. When your entry-level roles at most companies require at least 2 to 3 years of experience, it can be incredibly daunting when you're looking at those job applications and maybe you decide not to even apply because you don't have 2, 3 years of experience. I will tell you, I have applied for many jobs, and all of them I have never been qualified for, including the job I have now. On paper, I did not meet all the qualifications. I met probably 60, 70% of them. But there was a good percentage of that I didn't meet them, but I still went for it anyways. And I want you to know that even though you're struggling right now, and even though you've got your degree and you feel like the world is not giving you a chance, that the right place will. And when it's the right time, it will happen. You just have to keep trying. You have to keep pushing through. That's what I did. It took me a decade to get into cyber. I started at the help desk. Most people I know started at help desk or within some sort of engineering area and then moved into cyber later. But just know it's going to be a long road, and that's okay. What you were promised, those 80, 90,000, $100 a year entry or $100,000 a year entry level jobs don't really exist anymore. You might find them at startups, but most companies are not paying that high. A good entry level salary would be between 65 and we'll say 80, maybe 85 for like a SOC knock type role or maybe an early vulnerability management role. But even then, some of them are even getting lower than that. I've had mentees offered 50,000, 55,000, 65,000, and it's a great opportunity. If you have no money coming in, jump on it. It's a lot of, it can definitely be the difference of getting that better job later. But if you're thinking about going to college and you're thinking that this is the right move for you, because you love higher education and you want to continue to learn, awesome. Go for it. And if you have the cash, do so. But I implore you to really think it through. If you're looking at spending, 100 grand to get your degree, is it really worth it? You could spend that time going to networking events, meeting with people, and honestly, I believe you'd have a better chance of finding a job in cyber. You could do presentations on things that you're passionate about within cyber, share your knowledge with other people within the cyberspace. We're a tight community. We look out for people who really give back to the community and try to help out. We also look out for those who constantly try to better themselves and better others. So that's my 2 cents on it. Not sure if it'll help anyone, but I thought it was interesting because I just feel so terrible for a lot of these kids that I mentor who are feeling frustrated. They have their degree, they have their certs, they've done all the stuff they're supposed to do, and they still can't get a shot. And it's not you. Most entry-level jobs are going to go to people you already know because it's a safer bet to pick somebody you know, or somebody that you mentor, or somebody that you know that mentors somebody else. It's just safer bet to do so. The odds of you blindly applying for a role and then getting the job are very, very slim. So take a moment, think about what you want to do with your career, and hopefully this video gave a little more insights on the cyberspace and my thoughts on degrees and where we're going. And good luck out there.